Well, good evening and welcome everyone to the Zelda 1 Randomizer Speedgaming Live 2023 tournament. I'm Adirondack being joined by Big Monkey as we bring to you this matchup over here in Group G featuring jessandy8 and pdxrex. So what do you know about these two runners?
Well, I know they are both alums of the Rookie Rumble tournaments. Jess was the runner-up in the original Rookie Rumble in 2022, and Rex put up a good showing, going 2-1 in groups of the most recent Rookie Rumble tournament. Both friendly with each other, and should be a great matchup.
Yep, jessandy was sitting in the admin chair for this previous edition of the Rookie Rumble, which you played in.
Yes, I did. It was a great tournament, very well run, a lot of fun, and learned a ton from it. I'm interested to see. I mean, Rex has been improving a lot, and Jess, since the last Rookie Rumble, has just skyrocketed. Put in a lot of time to get better very quickly, and it's showing with a 1-1 record so far in groups, taking down Jam Evil and losing to current group leader Malchior. This, I believe, is Rex's first matchup in this
Yep,
group.
that would be correct. This is the first one. pdxrex is going to be racing again tomorrow night as well. Malchior and Jam, the two finalists in the in-person Speedgaming Live tournament last year. Should be really interesting to see that match coming up here tomorrow morning as we get things going with the, oh gosh, really?
An immediate flute, which Jess is famously known for being a flute enjoyer, recorder enjoyer. So must be very happy if there are any Jess fans here. You can get that emote in chat.
You know she's singing right now, praising the seed roller, which by the way is you.
That's right. Yeah. She did ask me to treat them kindly, and that's about as kind as I can treat Jess.
Now, there is a caveat here.
What's that?
Because the wood sword could be blocked by the Armos item.
That's true. So with these flags, we do have potential overworld blocks of the wooden sword, which means now that the wooden sword could be behind any of the whistle spots in this second quest overworld.
That's correct. jessandy, unfortunately, getting gridded as she wound up trying to get to the heart container. Takes the death right there. Wand over on the coast. Good to know where that is, but oh, Silverton won! Oh boy, what a start.
Very nice to see that. So a fruitful dig of one with no sword, picking up the silvers and a heart container. That is a good haul for not having to kill an enemy. And maybe we just find the stair item here too?
Oh gosh. The any key also to be found here in this one. What a start to this race.
So certainly this is an argument in favor of the Rick 6. Going into the dungeon without a sword can be a bit of a gamble if you don't find anything, but in this case, we found some things.
Yeah, and not only did we find some things, we found some good things. She'll have to come back to finish off that level 1 in due time as we find ourselves the bomb shop. Bombs are half price, but the candle is at the maximum 80.
Yeah, not liking to see that. Although it looks like Rex picked one up already, so he won't have to be buying that candle.
235 for the ring, and pdxrex is unfortunately trying to burn down a bush on what is a first quest 100 seeker, but doesn't do anything in second quest. Also taking a look at our overworld enemy setups, we've got ourselves some gorillas and gibdos out here in the overworld. Now the gibdos are not a big problem because they don't throw projectiles, but the gorillas, their boomerangs do hurt, and one hard loss for every hit that you take from a gorilla's boomerang can add up.
Certainly, especially early. You got to be very careful on these overworlds early on.
All right, I'll be back. I'm going for ice cream. So we find one of our bomb upgrades. upgrades. We don't know if that is the white sword or the magical sword bomb upgrade. We're going to assume that it's the magical sword because that one never gets shuffled.
Yeah, for sure. It's the safe bet. The white sword replacement could be anywhere, which could be White Sword Cave, but much less likely. We see Jess going over to the waterfall area. This can be an awkward area to route, especially in second quest overworld, where you don't have the level 5 screen as another check.
That was a dangerous session there with the Gyarados, but she does get around it, gets up here to the top of the waterfall, finds the any roads. And we find one of them to be vanilla. Now, somebody in chat's asking about the bomb upgrades. So, the story with the bomb upgrades is we have a flag that is currently turned on for the Speedgaming Live set, where you will end up being capped at the wood sword. White sword and magical sword get turned into bomb upgrades. By the way, 22 is the door repair charge,
which is pretty close to the average amount, right?
Yeah, 20 is the basic amount, but you hate seeing anything over 20, especially in a seed where you only get one large secret, which we have, of course, not seen and may not see for a while.
True. And Rex finding level 3, opting not to go in. He just immediately bailed on that level 3. I imagine he's going to take a little trip to the ferry here, and Jess has got to also be careful. We got double half heart. Dangerous getting around that corner.
Zola beamed right there, going back to start, not that far away, so that doesn't cost a whole lot for her. It just is going to keep her from finding out what is the ladder item for a while.
Yeah, able to clear up, well, just one of the bomb checks at this point.
Yeah, pdxrex finds at the level 3 location in first quest, there's our wood sword.
Great find. He's, I wouldn't be surprised to see him make his way back towards level 3 now that he's got the sword. Got a couple of checks down on this little loop here.
Yeah, so for those who were hoping not to... Gee, I noticed that theme.
So early flute is super helpful. Early flute or early power bracelet in second quest or mixed overworld allows you to just be a lot more efficient. Oftentimes you end up having to circle back, checking a lot of screens that you've already walked through previously. So these runners must be feeling pretty good about being able to just clear up the whole bottom right-hand side of the screen for Jess and the bottom left for Rex.
pdxrex finding level 8, so we have now seen levels 1, 3, and 8. And pdxrex going to tackle this room, although the gels tackle him first.
Yeah, the gels are sneaky, one of the hardest enemies to predict the movement of if you're not paying full attention. They can accelerate at a moment's notice.
There's our Lionels right here.
Yeah, the bad part about no Lionels or Wizrobes in the overworld is that we're likely to see quite a few of them here in the dungeons.
And you hope they don't get to be together in the same dungeon.
Also have not seen any Dark Nuts, so yeah, we could be in for some tough combat in these dungeons.
I give pdxrex a lot of credit for trying to get through this room, but I would, at this point, just run through and head to the other side. Unfortunately, they do up and A.
Yeah, it makes sense. You're with that bubble stuck in there with you. I mean, you could be there for a very long time to clear a room. That would be a lot faster once you get that wand or a bow, or just even reloading the room and hopefully not getting a bubble.
We get ourselves the map to level 8, and I don't know what to make of this ink blot.
We just saw the big secret, only 60 on the big secret, which is pretty stingy.
And we also see what is our white sword item. There is the magical boomerang. Ooh,
Which,
good dodging there by pdxrex to avoid the Lionel beams.
yeah, and the boomerang, not the worst thing to find in a seed with red bubbles.
It's a good thing pdxrex took care of that with the final hit, otherwise that would have been disastrous. Unfortunately, comes into a room, can't do much without the ladder. But yeah, as you were alluding to, we found the medium secret, or the large secret. And 60 feels really bad in a seed where you only get one of them.
And yet somehow Jess seems to have routed almost all the money up front. She's already got blue ring money. Giving up on, leaving a secret behind here because she has so much. I wonder, I don't know if she's seen the blue ring shop yet, but I wouldn't be surprised to see with the any key already, just grab that blue ring if she sees it.
She is getting closer to finding where the wood sword is at 1Q3. Unfortunately, jessandy8's going to get pulled out of blue ring range now. I'm surprised she didn't walk back to the start screen to get that secret back.
Yeah, perhaps just thinking it might be too big and fill the rupees, but I think, she must have noticed that she already got the big secret.
So we can go to the east in 3, but immediately getting encroached by a ladder block. Yeah, we get ourselves a ladder block or no wall to the north, and that looks like we are going to be unable to do anything in 3 until we get the ladder to cross things. pdxrex taking a death at 1Q6.
Yeah, tough screen to get out of with only 3 hearts. But this may send him back to check Vanilla 2, which would get him his any key and silver arrow, which would be great.
It feels to me like pdxrex really wants to get some bomb chances, but Death almost contains 9.
Yeah, not too bad to get to with the moblins there, and not terribly far out of the way of other things. They'll be able to flute to 3 or 8 when they finish up and have a pretty short walk. And with a ferry nearby, that is always a nice thing for level 9.
So earlier we were mentioning about this group. Rando, the Commando, Jam Evil, and Melchior are the other 3 members of this group. It is a round-robin group style. The best 2 runners of each group will be moving on to the single elimination bracket round coming up after we are done with the group stage at the conclusion of this upcoming Saturday's races. Melchior, as you mentioned, was sitting at the top, but there's a nice little battle between the 2 finalists at the in-person Speedgaming Live tomorrow morning.
And for those who missed the in-person, who are the finalists that are matching up tomorrow?
That'd be Melchior versus Jam Evil tomorrow, 11 a.m.
Excellent. Well, that will be a good one to tune in for.
They had a pretty epic series there at the in-person tournament.
Yeah, it's such a unique environment for racing to be in person. You're on a different setup. It really takes some skill to translate to a new environment with a live crowd, and you've got white noise being piped into your ears. So it's always fun to watch the in person because it's just such a different type of event than all the other tournaments through the year.
Yeah. Plenty of tournaments going on with Speedgaming Live. Of course, the in-person taking place right towards the tail end of the first half of November over in Herndon, Virginia. Except for that will be the same as what we have here right now that you're seeing. All right, so Jess is going to be heading into this room. Get to see what's on the other side of this, I bet. And Jess getting that magical boomerang is going to be using it to her advantage here. Now, she also gets a nice little advantage to the fact that she doesn't have the bubbles bothering her. She wants that fairy. Now she can strike this room with the beam sword.
And Rex he killed a lot of enemies to get those bombs. Finally getting a drop there from the Gibdos. Just making pretty short work of this room. Beams help for sure.
And gets a key drop, but one enemy will remain in there when she gets done, and that's because of the split fire.
And Rex, unfortunately, trying to farm some more bombs just to the west of the waterfall, taking an overworld death, but I think he'll take the opportunity to, well, maybe not. I thought he'd clean that start screen up, maybe a couple other bomb spots.
pdxrex really needs to get over to the square where the silvers and also the any key are. That's at level 1, which is located at level 2. 1Q2, 2Q3, however you shape it.
Yeah, unfortunately for Rex, orphaning a few things here, leaving a few checks behind in the overworld with the deaths.
This is, that's unfortunate for jessandy8. She just got herself into no link land.
Yeah, getting pinned in the corner is a tough situation with Lionel beams and bunnies jumping on your head. That's enough of 8 for her. She's gonna move on and come back with more health.
The dungeon that these two would really love to find is level 2. And the reason why they want to find level 2 is because it's a small dungeon and an item perhaps on the floor. And maybe that's the ladder that gets you the wand. Now, pdxrex knows about that wand. jessandy8 does not. She took a death
just
before she got
back. She did end up going back and spotting the wand.
Okay,
so
right.
They both have knowledge of the wand. And yeah, they're both going to be really looking for that ladder. That's, doubles their combat against everything except for whiz robes. So it's a huge advantage in these flags to have that wand.
Looks like pdxrex is finally going to get into this square here. And I don't know about you, but if I'm finding right close to start is a small dungeon like 1, and I've had a chance to get in here from the beginning, I don't feel great about not having been in here until we get to the 17-minute mark of this.
Yeah, that's fair, although he hasn't done a whole lot of dungeon diving yet, so the any key isn't going to bite him, and without the bow, the silver isn't going to bite him. So this is sort of a best-case scenario. The only thing that he probably wished he had was the container heart.
I will note that there's one other thing that he wished he didn't do, and that is take that death at 1Q6, because just around the corner in that potion shop that's southeast of that dungeon is where level 5 is.
Yeah, it remains to be seen what we have here in 5, but it's always better to find the dungeons than not. And if you die 1 screen, 2 screens away from an important location, that can sometimes be a recipe for last locating. So we'll hope that Rex finds their way back over on that side of the map before they finish clearing the overworld out.
And name that inkblot to level 5. And there's your Dark Nuts. You know, the worst feeling is when you lay down a bomb, but before it explodes, you take a death, just like what we just saw from jessandy8.
Yep, you spend the bomb and you don't even get any benefit from it.
Alright, so it looks like we got Tektites and Darknuts in the same dungeon. Another heart container for jessandy8.
Now, the one advantage Rex does have over Jess here is he's got the sword, so he can finish out this one and get the Triforce, and Jess is going to have to circle back to get the Triforce at some point. So there is some small benefit to finding this later.
Hi there, Wizrobes. Ladder in 5!
Speaking of advantages, that is a big one. On top of the probably ladder blocked 3 that just opened up, this is going to also open up the wand on the coast. And from where she is, she might just go and world wrap around to it. It's not too far to get to. Would be worth going out of your way for.
Definitely agree with that idea here. So good strategy. He does get a bomb force out of the Lamlola. The other strategy I was thinking about what pdxrex could have done is just clip into one of the blocks there and try to just be patient with the Lamlola, but was able to take care of it. Now, this is a room you say, I'll let the game force me to be back in here doing combat.
Yeah, absolutely. You don't want to be spending time and resources trying to clear that room at this point. And it looks like he's going to come back for the Triforce as well.
And it turned out to be, so it looks like, just based on what we're seeing so far, that it was a good move that jessandy8 did not try to complete one.
Yeah, it remains to be seen. I mean, that was a key door on the Wizrobe room. If you could make it through that, it's possible the Triforce is just sitting on the floor in the next room. But certainly odds are against being able to finish it out with the Wizrobes in there.
But on the same token, knowing Wizrobes are in there, you don't have a lot of good resources to beat them. Sword obviously is the biggest one you need.
And just putting that ladder to great effect here, making this Darknut room a very simple matter. Just sitting on the ladder, all you got to do is not creep too far forward, and you get free shots at these Darknuts walking past. It's a little slower than if you were to try to do it optimally, but I think at this point, just getting through the room is the name.
And thankfully, she was able to get the fairy, because a lot of times grabbing that fairy can be a death trap.
Yeah, for sure. It's it is a attractive nuisance. We'll put it that way. Unfortunately, she found where the Triforce was in 5, but with no bombs, was locked out again.
So the game gives 0 craps whether or not you want that fairy. The Darknuts will walk in your path. So she being out of bombs is probably the biggest reason why she's unable to get the Triforce out of level 5. You already got the ladder. You saw the heart container, I believe. So just come back.
Yeah, and maybe thinking with Darknuts in there, the wand makes it so much faster.
Yeah.
You can spend an awful lot of time trying to clear blue Darknut rooms.
Especially since you know you're not getting the white sword.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah, it's not super far out of the way. She's going to have to come back for other checks in the area. Might as well just save it.
pdxrex is about to pick up the magical boomerang, and jessandy8 is striking out on every chance she wants to get bombs, but thankfully they're only 10 rupees and sold in the store.
Yeah, bomb shops everywhere so far. They've seen at least 5 bomb shops in their exploration so far, so it is the most common shop available. I don't know what the total number there will be, but it's a lot. they won't have any problems as long as they've got money.
Well, thankfully, the fairy at the 16 consecutive kill doesn't stop her from getting the bomb drop on the next global.
There we go. Somebody I knew, Lorgan would know how many of each type of shop there would be.
I don't know. I don't know what would make Lorgan know this kind of stuff. It's not like he built a tracker or anything. He did.
All right, we see they're both heading roughly to the Dead Woods area. We're going to see Rex find his level 9 up in the Death Armos. Just going back into level 3 with that ladder. It's a small dungeon. I like this play. Go get the item, see what you find, and then they're likely both going to be heading up to Death Mountain in not too much more time because there's not a whole lot left.
Level 3 is a jet plane.
Yeah, I can see that.
Get that clock. And there's another heart container on the floor for jessandy. Now searching out for the... Oh, there's the Triforce. We need that too.
I mean, not a terrible room to just grab the Triforce, get your refill, go back in. You're going to have to backtrack a couple of rooms anyway.
I like your question to Lorgan. Asking how many Annie Ann's are in the Mall of America.
Not sure why Jess was clearing the Chevy room again, but maybe just in clear-in mode. We're just looking for a staircase at this point, unless she wants to find the heart as well, which wouldn't hurt. But at this point, we know the floor item's going to be the heart, because Heart Shuffle is off. So we're really just looking for a room with a stair, which allows us, in these flags, once you've found the Triforce, you can kind of just cruise looking for
my bigger
rooms.
My bigger question to you is how many Orange Juliuses are in the Mall of America?
It's good info to know. Probably mileage between Orange Juliuses is also a good stat to have on hand, so you can route efficiently.
By the way, just in case anyone is wondering, we are still seeking 3 of our levels, 2, 4, and 6, I believe. Also 7. We haven't seen 7.
Yeah. All right, so the stair item in 3, speaking of 7, we just found it on Rex's side. So we're...
Yep, the open cave that is usually your bow and, or rather your arrow shop in the grave.
And our stair item in 3, about as far from the Triforce as you can get, it seems.
So it looks like the Tektites are the communal group, the ones that will be shared amongst 2 different enemy groups.
Those are not a bad enemy set to see in multiple dungeons. Fairly easy. I mean, they can be a little trolly with the movement. If you're low health, they can bop into you. Just finding the red candle in level 3, so not super helpful, especially once we already have the wand. If we didn't have the wand, that red candle can be very helpful in red bubble seeds. But for now, probably not thrilled. And then it looks like maybe just headed right back around to level 5 to pick up that Triforce. Meanwhile, Rex spending some time here in 7. Won't be able to get that heart as we don't have the ladder yet. Thankfully, neither of them are going to have to worry about keys, which means that neither of them are going to have to worry too much about money in this seed. Both of them have a healthy amount of money, which of course figures. That's the way it goes with these types of seeds. The ones where you need the money, you don't have it.
Jessandy back into level 8. We haven't seen either of the items inside of this level yet. Of course, we've only seen, what, about 7 rooms at this level 8?
Yeah, not very much. Jess noped out pretty early after taking a death. So did Rex. And I think it made sense for both of them where they were at with life and offensive capabilities. But
Especially...
this wand makes light work of those Lionels.
Yeah, especially with the enemies that were inside of here. Like, there are enemies that, you see them and you're like, I'll be back later. Game forced me a reason why I had to deal with this early.
Yeah, ugly room for those Gleeoks. The Chevy room with a Gleeok is just annoying. There's no good way to get around. It's really hard to avoid getting hit. You kind of just have to tank your way through it. Just tried to bomb up, didn't find a bomb hole. Maybe we'll head back and try to bomb down, or maybe try to get down in this room. Yeah, not a friendly 8 in terms of traversal yet. It's been a little annoying. 7 has seemed to be not too bad. I mean, Rex has been pretty low health all the way through, but is able to make his way through these rooms so far.
All right, we can go to the north, find ourselves some buyers. And we got Dark Nuts in 7 as well. So we got a bomb drop off one of the Dark Nuts. Unfortunately, pdxrex, one of the things that probably they should have done first was to lay down that bomb, get them down to 4 before picking up, but it's hard to do that in the heat of battle. All right, we know this can't be the bow if this is an item that Jessandy's in. Instead, it's a transport staircase.
Yeah, and not a lot going on in that section of the dungeon, so going through the transport makes a lot of sense. You can't kill... Oh, a nice force there. You can't kill the Goma anyway to open the shutter doors, so you might as well make your way through. And that's a good move to switch to the wand before walking through the door. I can't tell you how many times I've walked through a door intending to switch to a different item, only to get hit in the face before I had a chance to.
Another 16 fairy for Jessandy. I'll tell you what, Jessandy's combat has definitely come a long way, including but not limited to her appearance in the Rookie Rumble last year, and also with how she played in the past tournament.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, she seems pretty fearless working her way through. From watching her do other seeds, she seems to have a very good sense of what her comfort level is for combat, and will make really wise decisions about which rooms to attack and just go right in and be confident in, and which ones to kind of save for later, which is a real skill in Rando to just know when to go after rooms and when not.
And not only that, but you're looking at things like the half tiles to battle Lionels and things like that. Just they go a long way. We do see the arrows 92, so thankfully we never had to buy them.
Rex gonna find level 5 here, so hopefully if he can make his way through, he will find that ladder and get his offensive upgrade as well.
And this is something that pdxrex really needs at this point. If pdxrex escapes 5 without the ladder, that might be a hard to come back situation.
Yeah, for sure. That'd be tough. And he's running out of areas to go to. He's got no bombs, so he can't go up to Death Mountain. Although the bombs may cost him here.
He's
doesn't
trying
look
to
like there's a bomb shop super close. He would have to screen scroll over just south of Death Harmless to get bombs. I think that's the closest one we have so far.
The raft is the first item inside of this 8.
Yeah, not the item you're really looking for here. I mean, it's unlikely. I mean, it's possible that we have a dungeon locked behind the raft.
I mean, we're still lacking 2, 4, and 6. So there's still a chance.
Yeah, we've got all of Death Mountain and all the power bracelet spots. So yeah, it's 2 spots for the raft versus quite a few more.
Bomb upgrade is +3. Not bad for only 88 rupees. And pdxrex does get the ladder, so off we go to get that wand.
Yeah, that's great news for Rex.
Oh boy, this is a room.
Similar situation to Jess, where they didn't have much choice but to leave because out of bombs.
I'm glad to see pdxrex get this heart. Now you can't get sniped trying to get this wand. And this is exactly what I'm talking about with regards to jessandy's combat. She made this room look easy.
Yeah, absolutely. Very confident, standing on that right half tile to avoid the swords, keeping an eye in multiple directions to not get sniped from the side. Very natural.
Yeah, it looks like pdxrex is going back towards level 1, hoping to seek his first Triforce.
Yeah, maybe also hoping for I don't know. Well, he must. Yeah, he did get the heart in here. That's right, because he took the bop on the traps. So he has both items in the heart. So just cleaning up the Triforce.
Just gotta be careful of the wedge ropes coming up here. We have not seen this map to this one either, which is interesting.
Yeah, it must be just past the blue Isrobe room.
Or the blue Isrobe room.
Or it could be the blue. Yeah, that's fair.
That would not be a fun room to have to deal with.
So if you're Jess right now, spending quite a bit of time in this 8 so far, only finding a raft out of it, how are you feeling at this point?
Given... Okay, good. Well, first of all, there's the map to level 1. And I don't know how to feel about that ink blot. That almost feels like one of our boomerangs. So, getting back to jessandy, it's tough because... But this level 8 has been kind of windy, so it's not been an easy one to get things tackled with in a timely manner.
Yeah, I suppose it would feel worse if the Triforce was early. The fact that she hasn't found the Triforce yet probably means that, even if you came back later, you were going to spend quite a bit of time in here.
I don't think she feels too bad just yet, given what she found early on in this seed. Like, obviously, you are early to the any key and the silvers. You're probably late to the wood sword, but it didn't really hamper your ability to move through the seed. But I do think Melchior brings up a good note in chat. If it turns out to be that the Triforce is boss blocked, or even the compass, then you don't feel quite as good, because then you invested a lot of time, and now you have to come back in here.
Yeah, not the most convenient location.
Hey, we found 6. It is one of our ladder blocked levels. It is at the 2QA location. And we found the other item that will open up the remainder of our dungeon locations, the power bracelet.
Yeah, that feels good. Even if you don't get the Triforce out of 8 here now, if it ends up being boss block, that is the kind of payoff you're looking for spending all that time in 8. Now you can get to all the other locations on the overworld. You've got everything except Bo that you need to beat the game.
Yep, no matter what, you have access to levels 2 and 4 wherever they may be. Of course, she hasn't seen 6 yet, and she hasn't seen 7 either, and that right there is a very, very bad setup.
Yeah, I think the only way to get through with that particular setup is just to bull rush them and get them stun locked against the far wall. It's tough to hang back and try to shoot them from there. And Malchior's making a great point in chat with the number of, we've seen a couple of Gomas that have been blocking rooms. Not to mention that the Goma rooms themselves could be the Triforce. There's getting to be a higher and higher likelihood that the Triforce is locked behind a Goma here.
Yeah. pdxrex suffering an unfortunate death. The Lionels just really have had our number this seed.
Well, yeah, that and the bubbles and fireball statues on top of it. Lionels by themselves, they're not terrible, but when you add bad room shapes and bubbles and fireballs, it can be quite a mess.
Ooh, I think that was one of our Goma rooms. Yeah, I think that was one of our Goma rooms. Yep. Confirmed by our tracker. Which, by the way, shoutouts to Up No Point for tracking for us here on this evening.
So if Rex gets bow before going back to 8, there's a lot of time save available.
Yeah, especially considering the fact that at that point you've got silver arrows for all the fun.
Yeah, that's a great point. Even more offensive upgrade if you have the silvers.
jessandy losing 22 rupees. jessandy back into 5 to finish things off here.
Our once rich hero is now just middle class after all of those door repair charges. All right, so we're looking for a stair. So you're telling me we need a stair to get to the Triforce in 5? Bombing both walls.
Yeah, I think the seed's telling us something. You know how excited she was to get that Tutti Flu at the very beginning?
It was a false flag.
Then the rest of the seed happened.
All right, heading up, looking for a transport stair so we can get out of 5. And while we're clearing a pretty big 6, taking the transport, I like that. We'll be able to narrow down where what rooms could have the item in 6. One room you don't have to clear, although it turns out to just be a blue bubble room, so you wouldn't have had to clear it anyway.
In a easy room to get the Triforce for jessandy. Second one on the board for her out of 1, or rather 3 and 5.
Rex back down to half heart again. Gotta be a little bit careful here.
I'd just walk around this room at this point.
Well, you could. The red Lionels, in theory, will give you some health if you can survive killing them. Oof.
Yeah, that's exactly why right there. And the idea right there is just more of the fact that you have potentially another way around. There are times when you should let the seed try to force you into a particular direction. Now, of course, sometimes the seed can be rude and play you like a fiddle and make you go the wrong way, but the walk back here is a very bad feeling.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, being all the way down in that bottom right of the dungeon after starting way at the top, that's a tough death to take.
And the unfortunate thing is about the Lionel's and these Pole's voice being in the same dungeon. That is two different groups of enemies that can do 2 hearts damage to you. And pdxrex really has not been finding the hearts that jessandy have. As you can see based on the 9 to 5 different heart numbers here.
Yeah, and things can escalate quickly. You bump into an enemy and suddenly you're close to death again. So it takes quite a bit of care to make it through these particular enemy sets.
I know that's not what pdxrex wanted at that point.
No, and leaving the dungeon, I guess deciding we'll hopefully come back with more health. The problem with Rex is going to have is he's left a few dungeons now, hoping to come back with more health, but without Heart Shuffle on, the health is in the dungeons. So, yeah, it's going to be tough go. Maybe he gets a potion to be able to come back to some of these dungeons, and that would certainly help.
Well, the problem with that is
going to get blue ring. Actually.
Yeah, you're going to double your defense at this point. Double your defense, make it so that you have technically 10 hearts to work with as opposed to your 5. The problem with the potion thing that you're mentioning, we haven't seen the letter yet.
Yeah, true. I guess I was thinking of take candies, but Rex hasn't even... I mean, Rex has gotten his white sword item, so it's a tough call to take a potion at 5 hearts versus an extra heart.
So I do like this decision by pdxrex to go get the blue ring. You've taken some bad deaths at this point, and these are deaths that are going to continue to add more and more time, as Troll Dongo gives us the exact reason why it is named Troll Dongo, and jessandy spending a few seconds here to show her displeasure.
Yeah, that was particularly rude. Twice just turning back at one tile from walking into the smoke.
So unfortunately for jessandy now, this means that she's without any bombs as she's trying to get through further of this level 7.
Well, and worse, that is a potential stair, which could have the item that we're looking for in level 7.
Or your path to the Triforce requires you to have a bomb.
Malkior pointing out that from Rex's dip in here, we know that's a transport. Or maybe just guessing that it's a transport.
Well, if it is a transport, it's a segmented 7, which means I want to see this map.
Alright, we got some bomb droppers for Jess here. Hopefully they cooperate, and they do, so... Got some bombs on the board again, and Rex is into 3. Now that we have the ladder, we can grab the Triforce and hopefully the heart container
and this here is going to be, I believe, a heart container. And the Triforce is the room to the north.
Excellent spawn order there for Rex, leaving the room, getting rid of the Wizrobes and getting a Zol and a Tektite instead. That is nice to see.
It's nice to see a Triforce out in the open. All right, round 2. 0 for 3. There we go. That's the worst feeling ever.
Yeah. All the way back for nothing.
All right, Troll Dongo number 2. First try.
All right, and we get, for our hard work,
The book, so we are going to get to see this map.
all the maps. Ooh, well, that's interesting.
I don't know. But it could be a rude path to get to this Triforce, or it could be just easy as going through a few doors here.
Yeah, having the map certainly helps find the path.
Can we bomb into the next room? We can. And thus we'll be able to get to this Triforce.
And Rex taking the long walk down to the red candle in the bottom right of level 3 here, while Jess picks up her third Triforce. Only odd-numbered Triforces for Jess so far, and Rex both.
You know what this means that she should do, right?
What's that?
Go to 1.
So it seems almost required to get 1 before you go into any of the even-numbered dungeons.
Here's the red candle for pdxrex. Jessandy losing 22 rupees, and pdxrex doesn't want no part of that red candle at the 50-minute mark. So I think pdxrex next will be heading to level 8.
Yeah, we're getting our first look at Death Mountain, 50 minutes in. I imagine we're going to find at least one of the 2 levels that we have left up here. Odds are pretty good.
Alright, the letter cave in second quest is 4! Needed that power bracelet. I love that 4 rooms on the very bottom.
Yeah, it's a funny little segment down there, just underscoring the upper section.
pdxrex taking a death in this 8. So unfortunately, pdxrex did not find the bow before stepping foot in this 8. So the advantage that we were hoping that pdxrex could pull off here is not quite as possible now.
No, they can still. I mean, if they route it differently than Jess did, they can certainly still save a bunch of time. That was, you know, she almost full cleared 8 trying to find that power bracelet and compass. So if Rex can spot the items in the compass a little sooner, he may have an advantage.
And that's true.
Blue Ring helping out a lot here with this Gleeok. Is he going to be able to finish it off? Oh, just one hit short.
There's the Triforce for Jessandy. That was just an unfortunate setup for pdxrex.
Yeah, and Jess noped out of that Gleeok too. It was you were locked in, you couldn't bomb your way out, so it's fine to try to kill the Gleeok and fail at it. You're no worse off than if you had just up-A'd when you first saw the shutter door. The only thing you lose is a few seconds it took trying to get the kill. So not the most consequential death.
Alright, is this our transport staircase? Or is this our item staircase? Let's say pdxrex wants to take care of this. Maybe try to set up for a heart chance, maybe? I don't know. Alright. This is our transport staircase. Takes you to those lovely 4 rooms on the bottom. jessandy8 versus Troldongo.
Well, she's been getting the better of Troldongo these last few rounds.
A heart container and for the coach tire.
And that's good news for Rex so far, although he's in 8, so he'll likely get his power bracelet.
And he's about to get the compass here, which will tell him enough about this level 8.
Yeah, and to answer the question in chat, yeah, we are down to 2 and 6. Those are the only ones we have not seen the item in. The bow has to be in one of those 2 dungeons. Of course, we haven't found 2 yet. We have found 6. Both of our runners have noped out of 6. And I like this move by Jess to clear the room out. She's only got 3 hearts. These boomerangs, as you pointed out earlier, do a full heart of damage each, so dangerous type of screen to try to get in there and place the bomb. Might as well just take the extra couple seconds to clear it out and ensure that you're going to survive Death Mountain.
Still no sign of the level for jessandy8.
Back to round 2 with the Gliok, and this time we come out victorious.
Yeah, came in with enough hearts. Accidentally serenaded it before going any further. Now jessandy8's looking for some bombs here.
And I believe this is the path that, if Rex keeps going north, will lead to the power bracelet.
Yeah, power bracelet's 1 room to the east of the Triforce.
Yeah, and as pointed out by chat, should probably stop trying to kill rooms here. We know where the Triforce is. We're just looking for stair items. We can just cruise through and only clear the rooms that are potential stairs.
Who pdxrex just got walked on by the Goma. Loses a heart for that. Blue ring saved it from having to go back to start immediately. Because we really wanted to see pdxrex get it to this power bracelet. Because we know that's needed. However, pdxrex is spending a lot of time combating rooms. As you just noted, chat noting here, this is a lot of time spent towards trying to do some combat.
Yeah, and I don't know if they found the heart in 8 yet, the floor heart. So they did. Okay, so there's not even a small justification of trying to get more health here. This, I believe, is our power bracelet.
Yes, it is.
So as long as we don't face plant into a bat, 2 bats, since we have blue ring, we should be good.
There's our letter. We quarter blacked at the heart container up on Death Mountain in second quest. Beautiful location for it. Alright, so pdxrex finds out that he's going to have to take the long way around to get to the Triforce room. Thankfully he does, and there's our 2 in the open cave. So we have found all of our levels now.
Yep, so raft not required, so if Rex bails on this 8 at this point, it would just save him time. Doesn't look like he is at the moment. Perhaps if he takes a death, he may nope out, seeing that it's already, that it's blocked. But yeah, only that power bracelet was needed.
Yeah, but it's a hard call to make when you're an hour in, you're still not knowing where all of your dungeons are, and still missing that bow.
Yeah, and you've spent a bunch of time in this 8. You've cleared out a good chunk of it, so I can understand wanting to just finish it out. On the other hand, it's been doing a number on him in terms of the combat.
This
And
seed as a
we know
whole
we need to come
has.
back anyway.
This seed as a whole has.
Yeah, for sure.
jessandy taking a death here to the likes. That's a vicious room right there, with the BMO statue shooting at you and the pancakes coming after you.
Oof.
pdxrex desperately trying to find a way around.
Just sliding through there at the last moment. We got news of our Triforce in 2. Just looking for the other items. Just at this point, she has not seen 4, I don't believe. So she's down to 3 dungeons where her bow can be. So probably hoping.
She hasn't seen 6 yet.
And she's not seen. 6 is the one she hasn't seen yet. Correct.
Yeah.
Sorry.
6 being at 2Q8. pdxrex has gotten the raft, so just needs to beeline it here to find out that they cannot pull this Triforce.
Almost making the same mistake. He came through the door, started to go along the wall, and noped out just as the Wall Master was coming out.
Well, that's a fun room to get locked into. pdxrex ended up having a little bit of a faster 8 than jessandy, but the end result is having to return. And jessandy employing door strats here to take care of these likes.
Yeah, I think she's cleared just about everything else, so this may have to be the item.
I think she hasn't gotten to the right wing yet. Answering Druis, it was right 1 south of where we started, underneath the Armos in the forest. Just a bomb pack on the floor. It was the first item we got 10 seconds in. There's our container. We know that's not the coast art. jessandy knows it's not the coast art. pdxrex is back in this 5. No bombs. Four rooms remain. That is a room with potential. That's a key. We don't need any more of those.
Boy, these dungeons are placing the items about as far away as you can get.
And there's our white sword bombs.
The answer there.
And unfortunately, pdxrex without any bombs are going to be unable to get to the Triforce in 5. jessandy now with the bombs from the white sword upgrade can just go grab this Triforce, make her way towards finding where level 6 is. And by the way, that does tell us, according to our tracker up the point, who's already clicked the buttons, bow has to be in 6.
Yeah, absolutely.
Which then, by process of elimination, means the red ring will be in 9, because why give these runners any sort of good defensive upgrades before we get ourselves into that dungeon?
Yeah, looking like a wise choice by Rex to buy the blue ring at this point. If the game's not going to help you, you might as well help yourself.
And this will be the final dungeon for jessandy to find. Here is 6. And if she's tracked all of her items so far, she knows that the bow has to be here. Because she has not gambled on any of the items in any of these dungeons so far, so she knows, based on the fact that the bow cannot be a 9, that it has to be here.
Yeah, there wasn't a ton of opportunity for gambling on items just based on the order that they found the dungeons and all. I mean, 8 you could make an argument for bailing on an item in 8, but in this case it would have cost Jess to leave the second item that she found.
Yeah, because we found out that we needed to have that power bracelet to get to level 4.
6 would have made the most sense to bail on if Jess hadn't found it last, and the way Rex did. It's a very big dungeon, especially if you find the Triforce. But at this point, it's not too bad last locating the bow in this case, because it was just a tough seed for both of them in terms of combat, and also you might as well just be thorough and just get everything out of the dungeons.
And it also helps that the silver arrows and the any key are the first 2 items that you see in this game.
Yeah, flute, any key, and silvers. It seems like, wow, maybe this one will be a quick one. But then the bow hiding forever.
So you remember a little while back when pdxrex took that death in 6?
Yeah.
You see what's just to the south of it?
Yeah, 1 room away from the Triforce where he took the death.
And that's a very painful thing to have happen, which is why deaths are so costly.
Yeah, I mean, the silver lining is...
And there's the bow.
Yeah, the silver lining is that if he had gotten the Triforce and decided not to go back in looking for the item, he might have orphaned the bow.
Mm-hmm.
But, yeah, this is only a couple rooms away as well. So, yeah, he kind of routed just around the bow, just around the Triforce, took a death, and ended up leaving just really 1 or 2 rooms away from both of them.
Oh, shoot.
Yeah, a minor toll booth here, just a speed bump along the way to the Triforce.
I'm surprised you just chose to wand them as opposed to spending 216 rupees on them.
Well, it can be sometimes tricky to remember that you actually have items like the bow when you get them so late.
Well, she's going to remember that now.
Yeah,
because you are not going to sword down these Bull's voice.
No, yeah, there's nothing like a Bull's voice to remind you that you have the bow. And with 226 rupees, I mean, she might be thinking about Blue Ring, or might just be thinking of going ham with the silvers.
Yes, we have found the sword.
So I don't know if... Okay, there was a door to get to the Triforce room, so... Yeah, could have noped out on that room that Rex died in to get the Triforce.
Of course, as you mentioned, there was that double-edged sword, where we don't know if pdxrex would have continued on, went back in to try to get that bow, but who knows?
So Jess just needs to clean up a couple Triforces, go grab the Triforce out of 1 and 8, and then she will be on her way to level 9. Meanwhile, Rex is up here on Death Mountain, running low on bombs.
Just walking away from 4.
Yeah. I guess maybe want to check down here first, hoping to be able to buy...
What? Oh boy.
Yeah, not sure what that was. I mean, silvers were so early, it's super easy to forget that you have them. Maybe just crossed some wires and thinking, well, I might as well buy them while I've got the money.
Yeah. That had to be a... Whoops, I forgot I had them. Which, we've all been there. We've all heard the story of the person who bought the candle twice.
Yeah, or in the case of one particularly nasty seed, someone bought the boomstick twice by accident.
You mean they bought the book twice?
Yeah, Yeah, they bought the book twice. They were in the second time they were intending to buy Blue Ring, I think, and just brain farted and bought the book instead.
Now, does that mean that the book just becomes changes from a hardcover book to a paperback book?
I guess, yeah, it's the re-release, so you would think it would be cheaper on re-release, but inflation's tough.
Inflation just made it the same price as the first time around. Now, that person that bought the book twice, was that you?
No, it was not me. It was a seed that I did that was pretty terrible, and then I enjoyed watching other people try to do the terrible seed. And that was one of the highlights. I believe there's an emote for this person now of the moment that they bought the second book. They put their head in their hands.
That sounds like a classic.
It very much was, yeah. Yeah, and those are the moments that that we watch for, right? Like, you know, when you're running, you're hoping for good moments. When you're watching, sometimes seeing a little bit of suffering can be entertaining.
That's why people like Redeemed Seed so much. So pdxrex is on the pathway towards getting the book. It's one north of here. No, it's not. It's somewhere north of here. Oh, that's where the staircase went. Jessandy here inside level 8 gets this Triforce, gets on the way to 9. Okay, this is where the book was.
Yeah, and she already knows the path, so this should be a pretty quick jaunt into level 8 for the Triforce, and good routing to do 1 first, and then 8, because 8 is just a few screens from 9, so this will work out well.
And of course, one thing to remember. Alright, so Jessandy, I don't think, saw this room to the left. Is going to find out real fast that she can't get that from here. Oh, she didn't try bombing here. Okay. She'll find out that she has to take the long way around.
Yeah, level 8 just taking one little bit more out of her. She was hoping for a shortcut. It does not deliver.
And I was about to point out that the fact that she's also racing against the clock comes into play.
Yeah, with time differential being a potential tiebreaker in groups, you know, even if she feels pretty good about where she's at, she's going to want to finish as soon as possible.
And for those to explain the time differential, the time differential would be to settle any ties that are the standings, like between first and second, or second and third, where head-to-head is not settled.
So
of course, first and second
group
would be settled by head-to-head.
Yeah, it would be a multi-way tie for second place, or if for seeding across groups, if I understand it right.
Anyways, Jessandy has all the pieces of the Triforce, has to get to the Death Armor screen. She'll be looking for, of course, the door that does not open. That would indicate where the Princess Zelda is located. Would also be hunting down for the Roar of Ganon. And this is a Coke J56 for the red.
Yeah, not a bad deal. With the amount of money she had, she could buy several of them, so that's always nice to be 3 screens away from level 9. You've got Fairy and Potion Shop. You know, even if she doesn't find the red ring along the way, there shouldn't be any issues with getting through level 9.
And I keep forgetting that pdxrex is capped to 7 bombs at this point, because he used that for the door or the mugger in 3.
Yeah, and didn't have the money to afford the upgrades in 8 that he saw.
Oh, by the way, look at this. We got ourselves a segmented 9.
Well, that's pretty cute.
So there's going to be 8 pairs of staircases plus the two item staircases.
And it's a pretty skinny 9 too. Mostly just fitting between the first E and that dash. Okay, so Rex finally finding his level 4. The way he cleared Death Mountain meant that it was nearly the last place on Death Mountain, that on West Death Mountain anyway.
And we've got the Roar of Ganon here for jessandy8.
Ah, and another moat room.
She's got the potion out just in case she needs it, because Ganon hugs do 4 hearts of damage. Once the red ring was right there to the south, please, thank you. I was going to say, please use it. Ooh.
Yeah, a little bit of difficulty getting this stun lock. These moat rooms are really tricky.
Got it now, though. Hopefully she can't restain it, so she's going to go ahead and use the potion again, so that way she doesn't get Ganon hugged. Totally can understand that decision here. Moves up, moves over. Ganon gives her a how do you do.
Yeah, and unfortunately Ganon offset a little bit to the left in some of these cases where she's getting the hit in on him, but he's also giving
that
her
was
a hug.
Really close. Oh, she takes the hug right as Red Ganon!
Oh, that's unfortunate. I wonder if she'll leave to get a potion.
Yep.
And we have a time traveler in chat. Yeah, I imagine we'll see a fairy and another potion grab here.
Yep.
Yeah, and just in case anybody's actually confused, our runners for this tournament are all required to have a 15-minute delay on their stream. So what we're watching actually happened for them 15 minutes ago. So if, for example, a runner were to finish, they could pop into the stream after they finished and catch the last 15 minutes of the match. All right, back into 9 for Jess. We've got Rex still working on level 4, gets the compass, so he at least knows where he's going now. Of course, he's still looking for the bow, which is sitting in level 6. So he's going to also want to dig out that heart.
All right, round. Well, she's going to check this. No, it is not the red ring. That would have been cool if it was. All right, round 2. Here we go. Fight. Taking another bop here from Ganon. Just as you pointed out, Ganon being off center does not do any favors. It looks like we got ourselves a stun lock this time. Using the double swords to time things out better. Red Ganon down. Which are these rooms?
Try. Yeah, and I don't know that he's necessarily off center. It's just that he's going to go all the way to the wall, whereas in his vanilla room, the fireball statues prevent him from going all the way to the wall. Or maybe he's not offset after a death, as Truce is pointing out. Either way.
Yeah, the offsetness is what caused the issue in the first go-around. There's the shutter door that opens up.
We are a ladder clip away from finishing this one out.
And even though she asks the question, what kind of noob dies to Brown Ganon? Once she gets this ladder clip squared away, the quote noob, unquote, will be 2-1 here in this group stage.
Oh,
time is money, Jess.
using the flute, a swag flute at the end. GG to jessandy, winning this race with a time of 1:18:52.
We'll get in here so that way she can explain things.
Would have been one heck of a snipe if she had gotten sniped while using the flute before grabbing Zelda.
Yeah, little does she know that she had a world of a time to actually get this in.
Yeah, unfortunately for Rex, he's still looking for level 2 over on East Death Mountain, and we are now joined by race winner jessandy. GG's.
So I had to ask you this question, jessandy. First of all, before you...
Scared to know what the question is.
Hold on. So I had to ask this question before we ask any other question about this, and you think you can read my mind. So what am I going to ask you?
How did I like having a sub 10-second recorder?
Exactly.
I loved it. I was absolutely cackling when I saw that. Like, it finds me. It just somehow finds me.
Let me ask this follow-up question. How did you like having a recorder at 10 seconds in and it be required?
That's right. And then, yes, of course, I went and checked 2 caves and then went and tooted at 1 because, of course, potential overworld Blackwood swords. It's like, hey, level 1, let's just duck our heads in. Hey, look, it's a silver arrow. Hey, look, it's a heart. Hey, look, it's an any key. Okay, cool.
We try to give you the most complex seed ever. One that fools you into thinking it's going to be a really kind seed, and then level 8 happened.
Oh my gosh, that was a ridiculous level. I think I cleared every single room except for the room to the right of the one Goma staircase. Looking back, or maybe there's like 2 other rooms I didn't clear, but yeah.
Yeah, so as you were clearing that 8, what was going through your head the longer it took?
It was just, where the heck is this Triforce? And obviously I found the items along the way, and then I'm like, all right, there's a couple rooms at the bottom I haven't cleared yet. Let's go back there, grab the compass, and see it's in the stupid Goma room at the very top. Of course it is. And I can't just, javelin him in the eye with the silver arrows. That's not working.
At least, though, finding 6 last, you knew by that point that the bow had to be there.
I was so hoping it wasn't there. I wanted it to be in 4 so badly.
Right, but at least by the time you found 6, you knew you had to dive for it.
Yeah, I actually had a really efficient path, just straight down and then straight across, so I was quite lucky.
Yeah, that was a very big 6 and a very small 9 that you didn't really see much of.
Yeah, except I saw the entry room, twice.
You saw the what room twice?
The entry room.
Well, technically, you saw the entry room like 4 times.
Oh, true. Or I guess, 3 times. When I found it, when I first went in there, and then when I went in there again, because, someone had to die to Ganon.
Something to be Triforce and go.
Yeah, the moat room Ganons can just be a nightmare sometimes.
Yeah, so... Then you also found... when you left to get a potion, that's technically another time you saw that entry room. So I'll give you 4 entries. There you go. Triforce pick up here for pdxrex. Heading on over. Gonna see what this item here in 2 is. We know it's the bomb capacity upgrade that takes the place of the white sword. How happy were you to get that ladder in 5?
Oh, it was so nice getting that early, and I figured, all right, let's just explore a little bit more, and then I got bomb blocked. And I said, all right, well, I'm going to up A and grab that wand off the coast, because that's upgraded offense.
Yeah, and you almost didn't see that wand taking an overworld death right before getting to it, but luckily circled back to find it. And it was definitely an advantage for you. You had that wand quite a bit earlier than Rex did, having found the ladder pretty quick.
But yeah, it was nearly a full clear. I have 8 spots left. Most of the power bracelet spots, 2 raft spots, and then just 2 Q7. And then, of course, every single item except for the 2 and 9. Which, of course, is a ring, which would have been nice. And I had so much money. And then I was like, well, what if I need to buy potions? I did find, I think, 2 take any's, which I grabbed a heart out of one. But I just never found another one. They were hidden somewhere. I didn't have the letter for a long time. And finally I did. I said, okay, I need to buy potions for Green Tunic Ganon.
Yeah, we were wondering, because you did have Blue Ring money fairly early, and you were around Vanilla Start, and there were some, speculation about whether you would make the trek all the way up to the northeast to get the Blue Ring, whether you had seen that Blue Ring shop at that point. And then, of course, what always happens when you are indecisive about Blue Ring, you hit a couple of door repair charges right away. And
oh, of course,
it
because the
became a
game
moot
knows.
point.
Oh no, Rex is out of bombs.
And of course, you needed to have some bombs in order to get the bomb capacity upgrade, which is the item here in 2. The good news for pdxrex is once they do see the bomb capacity upgrade, they'll know the same fate as you in regards to the bow in 6.
Just doing a little bit of farming. When you clear all the enemies out and enter and exit a dungeon, they'll all respawn. We've got the couple of blue dark nuts on this screen here. Not being friendly. No drops at all out of any of the enemies there to even tell us what our global counter is, which is tough.
Yeah, that was unfortunate.
How about the search for bombs for you for a little bit there?
Oh gosh, when was that even? I don't even remember. Was that after I left 5 without bombs?
Yeah, I think that was right around that range. There we go. We get some bombs.
At least bombs were pretty cheap, and the bomb shops were plentiful, so that's nice. Also, with this enemy set, despawning the blue Wizzies was fantastic.
Yeah, some pretty kind spawn orders in here where there's been a couple of places where the Wizrobes were pretty late in the spawn order and were able to despawn them to get through. So not, in terms of the Wizrobes at least, not any real hard required blue Wizzy rooms.
I think I might have killed a total of 1 blue Wizrobe with a timer on, which is pretty great.
The Lionels, on the other hand, there were plenty of them.
Plenty of them and plenty of lag.
Yeah, we were noting your combat with the Lionels, especially blasted through level 8. That was really well done. You made a lot of those rooms look really easy with that wand.
Thank you. And I was watching the end of the restream, and I completely didn't even think about the whole time differential thing, but I'm like, I have to play Zelda The Sound of My People. Come on.
Rex, once again, clearing a room. Well, I guess we're in level 2.
No, he
so
hasn't
we are
been in
the
this one
first
yet.
ride. Yeah.
So he's did the same thing as me then. Well, I guess, yeah, he still has 4, so I think I cleared 2, and then 4, and then 6.
Yeah, it's looking like he's already done 4. Oh no, he has not done 4 yet. Did he nope out of Death Mountain before getting to level 4? I think he ran out of bombs again.
He saw 4, but I think he ran out of bombs before he could get the Triforce. Or he has the Triforce according to chat, so we'll light that up on the board.
Okay, that makes more sense. I thought he was over there.
And there's the capacity upgrade for pdxrex, putting him at 9 because he spent a bomb on the Mugger in 3. How badly were you hoping that bomb was going to open up in the power bracelet room in 8.
Oh gosh. I actually had it marked as open on my map, and I don't know if I just must have misclicked when I was trying to mark it as nothing. I went up there so confident, like, oh, it's closed. I'll just bomb into it. And then, of course, it doesn't open. And it's a long path around to get back to the other side because, of course, you can't go through the bottom because of the shoot room.
Yes,
Like,
indeed.
what a troll.
Yep, having to take the long way around. Sometimes this game likes to do that. Nice moblin.
That mob must have having a party in that door.
It's just shaking back and forth right there.
So you guys said Rex has already been in 6?
Yeah, so they were the first one to find level 6 a while back. They got to the room that was just to the north of the Triforce and took a death.
Oh, ouch.
Yeah, I think they were one room off from the bow and one room off from the Triforce in here. Just missed both on the first trip in. The bow
Yeah,
was
he's basically
a little
making
bit
the same
tricky being
play,
on the
straight
bottom
down.
floor there. Yeah. Well, after having already cleared the other path to get to that bottom right, it makes sense to go all the way straight down because it's the rooms he hasn't checked yet and he still needs the item.
True.
So with the win, this puts you at 2-1. And
Yes!
this pretty much sets up a solid match between you and, what is it, Rando the Commandos, your last opponent in here in this group stage?
Yes, and Rando had a heck of a win. Was it this morning, I believe?
Yeah, over Jam.
So I think it'll be a really fun match.
Yeah, it could end up being a win and you're in for the two of you. Do you have that one scheduled yet?
Not yet. Obviously, sometime this week because they have to get done this week.
Yep, sometime by the deadline, which is, I believe, on Saturday. And at this point in time, it could be two of the Rookie Rumble admins lining themselves up to move on to brackets.
That could be fun. Maybe we can get a rematch. Oh, watch out, Rex. Oh, he has a ring. He bought blue ring. Gotcha. That
Yeah,
definitely helps.
Still in the danger zone with one heart now.
Oh,
And
no!
Again.
I wonder if
That's
he
the
was
same room
circling
that he
back
was-
to try to get hearts.
That was the same room that he was grabbed earlier.
Yeah, could have used the wall master to up A and get a couple hearts back. But we will get the couple hearts back now. Just got to get through these few rooms. It's tough when you're restarting with only 3 hearts. Just got to make it through. And as the seed gets later and later, it becomes more and more tempting to just try to plow through these rooms fast that you've already been through a few times. It can really start to stack on you. Oh, but the double fairy, that'll help a lot.
Of course, one of the key matches coming up here will be tomorrow. As we pointed out earlier, the battle of the rematch of the first... Sorry, the rematch of the Speedgaming Live finals from last year, the in-person finals, Melchior and Jam Evil.
Oh, that is going to be a heck of a match. I think it's, 11 o'clock a.m. Eastern tomorrow? Is that right?
11 a.m. Eastern tomorrow, yes.
Yeah, everyone, wake up early, depending on your time zone, stay up late. That is going to be a great match.
I mean, they had some solid opportunity. They had some solid races back during the races at Speedgaming Live. So pdxrex going through the remainder of this seed.
So the bottom of the E, so I guess that's the bottom of the R for him.
Yes.
Yeah, again, he was 2 rooms away, getting grabbed by that hand. He just needs to get all the way down to the bottom row.
Also, I do want to ask this question for you.
I'm scared when you put it like that.
I do want to ask you this question. So, jessandy,
So Rick,
is there anything that you would like to say to the lovely little troll dongo in level 7?
oh my gosh. Let me tell you, I'm glad I don't have video because you would have seen my mouth say things that are not appropriate for speed gaming. I was so angry. And I'm like, that's probably my item. And then, of course, it wasn't after all of that when I circled around back to it. It was such a jerk.
There's the compass pick up for pdxrex. Yeah, I could tell that you probably weren't happy with that, especially considering the fact that every single troll dongo that you fought ever since then was much nicer to you.
Yes. Didn't I go after that Dodongo with my wand a couple times in frustration?
Yes.
Yes, you certainly did.
Yes, so if you don't make it to the next stage of this tournament by 5 whole seconds, we will know where to look.
Either,
Dodongo
slapping-
frustrations and your Tootie to Zelda.
Yes. Oh, Rex finds the shoot. This shoot also in 6 was just so mean. I'm like, oh, I'm 2 rooms away. Oh, shoot!
I'm surprised you didn't use the silvers on those Vires.
Yeah, I completely forgot. And then the room that he's gonna go in, then I
With
realized
the
I had
Pole's
them.
voice is exactly what Mixed
It's
Monkey
just
was
what I
saying.
said, yeah, when you
Yeah,
get that,
but then
when
of
you get
course-
close so late, it's hard to remember.
But the problem is the next room, I just completely forgot I had them again and went back to wand. See, Rex is in solidarity. He's wanding it.
So, question, have you found the sword?
I don't know. I was really hoping, just because it's a fun flag, that it would be under a recorder spot somewhere. And I was a little
Sure.
sad when it wasn't.
We were hoping that because of how many spots the recorder opens up in Second Quest, but no, it just had to be at 1Q3. Just
I
had
know.
to be there. Alright, recorder here for pdxrex, floating to a 1. Recordering there's unfortunately not going to help. Because I know what pdxrex wants to do here, and that is flute to 3.
With a short detour to 2 along the way.
Yeah, because what unfortunately happened for pdxrex is because he did the recorder on the screen where level 1 was. Because the recorder, when he refluted on that screen where level 1 was, it doesn't accelerate the count, so he was still at 1 when he tooted it the next time on the next screen, which put him to
that
2.
Can be a gotcha there for sure.
Yeah.
If you don't know. All right, heading into 8. He definitely knows the path. I mistakenly said Jess knows the path right to the Triforce. And then she proved me wrong by...
Actually, what we do need to do here, if we don't mind marking pdxrex as done, I know he's not officially done yet, but we need to get things moving because we got the weekly race coming up here at the bottom of the hour, and we're only 9 minutes away from that.
And that's a fun one. If anyone out there in Chatland hasn't done it, it's going to be the spoiler log.
Yeah, so let's get pdxrex in here to talk about this here. And welcome in pdxrex. Hello.
Yo, Rexy, GG's.
GG.
He's Jess.
Good job, buddy.
Thanks, you too.
Those wall masters in 6 seem to have your number.
I'm just here so I don't get fined.
Fair
Okay.
enough. Fair
Yeah,
enough.
you know, there was just a lot of distractions going on today, and Jess would have still beat me by 15 minutes without him.
And then to find out that the bow turned out to be in 6 after all.
One room away from the bow. You know what?
Yeah.
Big difference. Remember, so I got sidetracked, and I picked up the silver arrows, but in my mind I said, "Great, you just got the bow," and then I went and bought wood arrows later, and then I'm like, "How come I can't shoot my arrow?" Oh, that's right, that was silver's, not the bow. And then it just kind of went crazy from there.
Yeah, this type of seed will do that to you. Between the Lionels and the Wall Masters, it was pretty tough in some of those dungeons, and the room shapes with the fireballs and the shoots and everything else didn't help much either.
Yeah, I'm not super good with the fireballs getting shot at me. You know, once I got like 5 screens in and I didn't see a whiz room, I was like, okay, dungeons are going to be fun. But they turned out to not be that bad.
So this was your first race of groups, is that right?
That's correct. Rando and I think we're going to go tomorrow evening, and then still got a couple more scheduling matches to do as well, but probably later on in the week.
Yeah, you and Brando will be tomorrow at 8:15 Eastern. One of 3 matches we've got tomorrow. Melchior Jam is the early race. You and Rando the Commando, and then the late race will be Shetty versus BBQ.gov.
So many fun ones.
A lot of good racers tomorrow. And me.
No, Rex, you've improved a ton since you started playing. Seriously, I'm very proud of you.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm just trying to get more consistent every day, and I got a lot of good practice last night.
Yeah.
Oh man, the scene we played last night was terrible.
It was so bad, but it was fun. That was the funny part.
The main thing in this case here, nice immediate finding of Ganon. Lionels can hurt really, really badly.
Yeah, especially when you're in a laggy room with him too. It's hard to get. You know, my plan is always get right, get low, and stay to the right and stay low. And I just, when it's laggy like that, it's hard to get through the Lionel beams.
Woo, gosh!
I am
that's a
really
hard
glad you
potion.
I'm really glad you didn't take that death right there.
Yeah, and I'm sure you were glad you had the blue ring for this.
Yeah, because we never saw the red ring, which we knew had to be a 9. And for all we know, it could very well be in that one single section there in the segmented 9.
Yeah, that was a close one. I think I had half a heart there.
Nice done there at the end.
Great finish to that fight.
And I'm gonna give Jess just a little bit of grief because she said it in chat. At least you didn't die to Red Ganon.
Oh, you're gonna blow me up like that, huh?
I mean, you put it out there in chat.
Yeah, I may have taken a death to Brown Ganon.
No.
On the last hit. Oh, it was so close.
It's a tough room.
It really is. But you are going to find where Princess Zelda is right now. Maybe.
Oh, it's fun. We took the exact same path then in this 9.
Although
Oh, yeah.
it looks like, yep,
Except you didn't go
you're
back
getting
to the
funneled
lobby.
into that room right there. Yeah, there we are. Chat, get your GGs in here for pdxrex. Good job here in this 9.
Thank you very much.
But Rex, I was wondering where you went there.
I told you, man, you can hear my kid probably in the background running around going absolutely crazy. It's like he took like 19 Mountain Dew and just got an IV and he's been wheeling it around all day. He's been super fun.
Well, GG doing double duty, racing and dadding.
Yeah, great job, Rex, and thanks so much, Rick and McMonkey and Opno, for your comms and tracking. We appreciate it.
Yeah, you guys super
Hey.
appreciative.
Hey, we do appreciate you all joining this tournament and doing your best with the hopes of perhaps moving on to the bracket phase. All right, more Z1R coming up here in just a few minutes. We have the weekly race, which is going to contain the spoiler log version of, I believe we are doing Ultima flags. So we'll get to see what winds up happening with that. Chest Jerk Smile Fires is going to be joining us for that coming up here in just a few. McMonkey, any closing words for this match?
No, thanks to the runners for a great race. Thanks to you for hopping in the booth last minute, and Opno for tracking. This is a lot of fun.
Hey, I couldn't let you do this all by yourself, so big thank you to everyone who comes along and helps us out with these races and gets these on the air. All right, more of this tournament coming up here tomorrow. Until then, enjoy the weekly race coming up here in just a few. Big thank you to Opno Point for doing the button clicking and tracking. And once again, GG's to jessandy8, the winner of this race, to go to 2-1, and pdxrex. Hey, plenty more group action to go.
We're going to come back and do our best. And I just want to tell people that if you ever had any doubts or thoughts of wanting to play this game, just play it. You know, we're here to have fun. Doesn't matter how good or bad you are. I just encourage people, if you like this, just play.
Well said. Thank you all for joining us. Weekly race up next.